You know, there's an interesting statistic Facebook gives us before we actually go live. It's how many people on your friends list are actually online right now. And this is a very interesting thing about Facebook is that I have close to 4,900 friends on my list, and 324 of you are actually online in this moment. What does that say about Facebook? What does that say about Facebook? That would be an interesting statistic to report at Twitter and YouTube too. Like, how many of your followers are actually online right now, right? Interesting statistic. Facebook is probably going to have to make some changes. We have to figure this shit out, right? Okay, so there were a couple other things, notable things that happened today, not related to the dog bite. But I was like so fixated on the fact that I received an injury today. My knee hurts. That I wasn't really, highlighting some of the positive moments of the day. Um, on my ride in, I had a lot of traffic, but I did time it out so that I got there exactly right on time. It's the little wins. But while I was stuck in the traffic, I called up my former Bernie Victory Captain coach. So when I was a Bernie Victory Captain, they put us on a program where we had a coach. And the coach would call us, I think, like every other week, that kind of bi-weekly. I know that can be translated two different ways. She called me every other week. But she actually dropped in on me more than that. She dropped in on me more than that because when we went into the pandemic and we had to go virtual, she called me and told me I was the only captain under her that was still operating. I was the only one still organizing phone banks and trying to get my volunteers motivated to continue the campaign for Bernie. This is why I say that there are many factors that caused to us not winning that election, that primary election. There are many factors, and the pandemic had a lot to do with it. We lost volunteers left and right because people went into immediate depression. Not just my volunteers who were backing out, but the captains. We lost a lot of captains. And so she continued to stay in touch with me. That was 2 years ago, y'all. And we're still in touch. She drops in on me still to see how she still coaches me, guys. I'm a firm believer in the idea that you need to have mentors. This is why I brought up my boss from Ingram Micro in a live stream the other day. I was told that from day one of my corporate experience that everybody should have a mentor. Everybody should have somebody that you look to as an expert in the field who can give you good advice. Nobody should feel that they're so at the top of their game that they can't listen to people. I do have mentors. So I called her because she hasn't talked to me in a while. I wanted to know what was up with her and where she's been and how she's doing. And hell yeah, I would recruit her to become part of Unite Here if I could. But she's got a certain gig that she's on right now, and she's got to stay there for like 5 years. But I would totally bring her in if I could. She coached me through all of that. One of the hardest times of our lives, going into a pandemic, and on top of it, trying to motivate other people who are going through depression because we're going in a pandemic. So there was that. And one of my more rewarding comments at the end of the day today was one of my canvassers who I have a lot of faith in, and I really want to build this guy up. At the end of the night, he's going to be working tomorrow. I said, okay, so Sigrid's going to be one of our fellow team leads. She's going to be doing Friday because tomorrow's my day off. It's like, oh well, then I'm gonna he was pulling my leg, but he's like, I'm not coming in. And I'm like, why? Why? You need the extra day. You need to come in tomorrow. It's like, well, I, I, I won't be reporting to you. I'm not going to be on your team tomorrow. And he was pulling my leg. He was just like pulling my leg, but it was flattering. Flattery will get you everywhere. That's why I titled it this way. Um, but yeah, I'm really trying to build him up so that he can get into a leadership role. I really would like to see that happen for him because I know that he has the drive. I know he has the ambition, and he's I, almost everybody's younger than me. Almost everybody's younger than me on this team. But he's got a young family. He's a young family, and he's has four children, and a wife, and I want to help him really get on that path to success so that he can really provide for his family, and I think that he has it within him to be that person. So it's flattering and nice to see that he notices what I'm trying to do for him and that he appreciates the work that I'm doing. Because you know what, even when obstacles occur for people, whether it be like my joint issues or getting a damn dog bite, I hope that my contributions can be valuable, even if my contributions are not my physical. Like I can walk, because I might not always have that. I'm. It's pretty clear I don't have it to the ability that I used to have it, and it's just gonna get harder the older I get, right? So if there are other ways that I can help people and be an asset to people, I will do everything I can to do that. I did get some good numbers today, though they got reported to the new hire was training. I'll tell you, I brought her in. We walked from, because I trained her in the morning, and then we walked from second break to lunch, and I brought her in with some of the top numbers of my team. And, sure, those numbers are next to her name in the chat, but that's right, I'm the closer. I got those numbers. We had, we captured, the first hour sucked. Nobody was home, nobody was answering. And then the second hour, I closed her out with 10 signatures for her and 2 for me. So I got 12 in an hour on really highly spent turf that's been highly canvassed. Got 12. Then I did my confirmation calls, my coach calls and stuff. And when I started walking with her again, pretty much we did like 2 doors before I got bit by a dog. That's the only way you take me down. Only way you take me down. No, but overall, it was actually a very positive and good day. It was. It was overall, aside of being attacked by a dog, it was positive and good day.